what are your takes on this fiasco of a DNC convention?
Well, I thought the DNC and the Democratic Party in general, and I'm talking about the party people, not the citizens, they're living in a parallel universe. Like Obama came out and said, America has never been in better shape than we are today. Even though we've been at the war for the longest time ever, the quarterly growth rate just came in this morning at 1.2%. This is ridiculous. So the last 3 quarters, it has been 1.4, 1.1, and 1.2%. That is absolutely a dead economy. And yet he thinks everything's okay. So they are living in their parallel universe where they don't even have to consider Bernie Sanders supporters. I mean, Bernie Sanders. We'll throw him a bone. He'll take it.
Have you seen how like crap they're treating the Bernie supporters? Just like utter. They don't care. They don't care. And behind closed doors, and behind closed doors, where Satan and Beelzebub are hosting the cocktail party, and Pelosi's there, and the Sweet Southern Belle, and Vanderbilt Kid, and Rachel Maddow, and all the CEOs of all the corporations and fossil fuels, blah, 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 blah. They're just laughing their ass off at Sanders, going, God, what an idiot. He caved in, he freaking kissed the ring, and what do we gave him a few bike trails. And we don't need his people. They're just a bunch of fucking hippies. They're a bunch of Ben and Jerry's eating granola, eating gray-haired, ponytailed hippies. What are they gonna do? Fuck them. They're just like laughing. We'll just lie to them and
don't
say
forget the tie-dye shirts.
Tie-dye shirts. We'll just lie and fuck them. We don't need them. You know, we're gonna go after moderate Republicans. Let's get Tim Kaine in there, and we're gonna go after moderate Republicans and fuck the Sanders supporters. And they're just laughing at Sanders. What a fool. What an idiot that guy is. And, you know, he gets in the room and they go, oh, you know, they negotiate that he's got to basically bend the knee and make all his supporters flock to basically the poster child of corruption. You know, somebody with FBI, but above the law, it doesn't matter. At the cocktail party, they're too laughing. Going, what's anybody gonna do? We can do anything we want, and they're just like throwing money around and they're snorting cocaine off hot-looking people serving them hors d'oeuvres, and they're just laughing. Obama's laughing his ass off, going, "Yeah, let's just keep the wars going. I just say a few platitudes, people listen to me." You know, they're just laughing their ass off. And the Bushers are there. They're all there. All those people are there, and they're just going, what are these granola ponytailed fools going to do? We'll just keep lying to them, and they can complain, and they have the media in their back pocket, because Clinton just goes, hey, Rachel, come here. Rachel, just be like, do some more snarky shit about Trump, and just talk about how great I am, and Chuck Todd, talk about how great I am. We can do anything we want, and just laughing. Just freaking laughing. And I don't think Sanders knows how hard they're laughing at him and what a fool they think he is.
Yeah.
You know, his supporters know, but his supporters are completely silenced. There's no, in the mainstream media, no showing the peaceful protesting.
The only network that showed it, and I told you this before, was Fox. They showed what was going on. And actually, the supporters came up and thanked Jeff Flock, who was there at the protests, to thank him for at least showing that there was something else going on besides, you know, a party for the DNC. Now, think about this, and Susan Sarandon put it perfectly. She said, Richard Nixon was forced to resign as president of the United States for doing something less than what the DNC did to Bernie Sanders.
Well, they flat out cheated, and it's like the professional wrestling we're pointing out. Well, we didn't get caught when it happened, so it's still legitimate. I mean, it's a total joke. And at their party, hosted by Beelzebub and Lucifer, they're just laughing their ass off, going, we can do whatever we want. Nobody can do shit. We can commit any crime we want. We can steal any election we want. We can do whatever we want because we have Rachel Maddow and Chuck Todd and Clinton's surrogate Judy Woodruff and Chris Hayes. These are all like quote-unquote progressive or liberal people feeding a bunch of bullshit so these like Tom Hartman listening people go, oh yeah, we got to support Hillary. We got to support Hillary. Unity. We're stronger with unity. And so they're feeding all this bullshit. The fact that she's a liar and a cheat and a freaking war criminal, et cetera, et cetera, that never gets reported. So they know they got that in the pocket. They know the FBI will change the rules like Comey did, who's also tied in with the Clinton Foundation like everybody else is. So they know we can do whatever we can do whatever we want. We have the progressive media on our side. We have the mainstream media on our side. We have all the corporations on our side. We have all the Republicans, establishment Republicans on our side. We have the law on our side. Fuck you, people. I mean, this is behind closed doors. In front of doors, yeah, I believe in togetherness, and I believe in breaking down barriers, and I believe in giving people an extra chance behind closed doors. Ha ha, what a bunch of fucking fools. We're just going to make more money. Income inequality is going to get worse. Ha ha ha. We're New World Order. And they're just like drinking baby's blood, laughing their ass off, just making fun of Sanders nonstop, just cutting him down, Pelosi and Boxer, extra mean girls. Just, God, that frumpy old Jew, what an idiot. We got rid of his whole revolution. We just wiped it out because those ponytail fools, they can go eat their granola and have their little meetings that nobody's going to cover, nobody's going to care about, because we're just going to keep squashing it with the media and do whatever we want. It's party time. Hillary Clinton is the New World Order victory. She's the epitome of everything wrong with everything, but yet everything is on their side to fool enough people, and to squash all the voices that they basically are running the show.
To show the ridiculous reaction, so the mainstream media, meaning CNN, MSNBC, even actually all the networks, they basically, when Trump came out and made the joke about why don't the Russians tell us, they consider that treasonous. Now, it wasn't treason for Hillary, right, to delete 33,000 emails that were apparently about yoga. She must do a lot of yoga, although looking at her, you can't tell that. I mean, she looks like she spends a lot of time eating yogurt and then pizzas. But fundamentally, they are the fifth estate is totally non-existent anymore. Once in a while on Fox, but that's it. And
I mean, what they should do is just, let's get, like what they want to do with TPP. Let's just get representatives from all the corporations and let them pick who the governor, let them pick who the politicians are. Because that's essentially what it is. Why don't you just bring it out in the open and say, this is just how it's going to be. This is what we're doing.
So during Obama's tenure in the last 5 years, how much money do you think we have shipped to China in the trade imbalances?
I don't know.
$5 trillion. Now, if we had balanced trade, fair trade, as Trump would say, the $5 trillion would still be in the U.S., and it could be deployed here as opposed to being deployed in China to build fake cities. So, and yet, the Washington Post comes out and says that Trump's ideas, there'll be trade wars and everything. There aren't going to be trade wars. We would shut China down in 1 month.
Well, the Washington Post is basically a propaganda tool for the Clinton machine.
They have lost total credibility as a national newspaper. Total credibility.
Well, almost all media has no credibility. It's all propaganda.
Even Politico. How about Politico sending their things to Debbie Wasserman Ratt, and then of course, where does Wasserman Ratt go to work for?
It's nothing but a nonstop slap in the face. But they don't care because Bernie voters are worthless. They don't care. They're gray-haired. They're either young, stupid people who will grow up and realize that wrecking the environment is good because you make money doing it. And eventually you grow up and realize wrecking the environment's going to make you money. Like what happened to all of us. We were young and idealistic once, but now we know perpetual war is good for the companies, or is good for the powerful people. So, and then they'll go, the other people are just gray-haired, granola-eating, Ben and Jerry slurping idiots. So
okay, but let's talk about this. Through the first 161 speeches that were given at the DNC, the word ISIS was only mentioned twice. because Obama's in denial. There's nothing really going on.
They're basically funding all these groups. They want it because it keeps the military-industrial profiteers profiteering. There's no profiteering if there's no endless war, and they want to put that freaking pipeline through Syria to help Hillary's pal Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I mean, but the truth is now it's gotten to the point where what can you do about it?
Well, here's the one interesting thing I'm waiting to see. I believe that these skeletons will continue to come out of the closet. And I also believe that the worst skeletons will be released by WikiLeaks right before the election. The ones where people just go, well,
Right, but you know what? It doesn't even matter. The skeletons can come because they'll just change the law. We have a new law that says Hillary Clinton cannot break any laws. That's our new law. We've just written a new law that says Hillary Clinton can break no laws.
And Obama signs it.
Yeah, and Obama signs it. And Loretta Lynch said, oh, yeah, perfectly good. Comey, yeah, we have a new law. Hillary Clinton cannot, and under any circumstance, be held accountable for anything. She cannot be held accountable for anything. And they'll just rig all the elections again. They'll just, this Democratic primary thing was practice for the later thing. So they already know it's in the bag. They know it's in the bag, and what is anybody going to do about it? Because no news is going to report on it. They're not going to report on any fraud, because that minuscule percent is all in on it, and they just made Sanders freaking get down and suck Clinton's feet and tell fuck you to all his to the people that worked their ass off for him, that put their emotional time and energy and money. The people who had no money supported his campaign. People with no money, people with no time, who went out and did it, and basically he just said, fuck you. Vote for that. Vote for the person that represents everything I was talking about against in the revolution. You want to talk about moving income? He moved a whole bunch of people's income into the mainstream media for all these ads that were meaningless. I mean, the thing that he did do is he gave a lot of people the red pill. So people now know that your votes don't count, and you know that Hillary Clinton cannot ever be held accountable for anything, and that most of the country's brainwashed. Now you sort of know it, and I don't know, what does it do? Make you feel even more helpless?
Well, as we said before, this is going to create a third party. It will be the catalyst that creates a third party. And no, I'm not talking about libertarian or the green. I mean, a party that represents that the disenfranchised constituency, which is the general population of the United States of America. So, but I do believe this. I know, of course, we disagree on this. I think when people start really thinking about, do I really want Hillary Clinton, or would that be change, or would that be the same? Okay, it's going to be the same because she doesn't want to change anything, right? Think about this. Since she left the White House, somehow she and Bill have made $250 million because they're just good speech people. They're good at giving speeches.
Well, it's because they're in the extortion business, basically. That's the extortion business. But the whole thing is, it really doesn't matter.
I made that comment the same way Trump made the comment about the Russians. And so if you were the Vanderbilt kid, you would say that was a treasonous comment.
Yeah, no, exactly. But even if Trump gets the popular vote, Sanders got more votes. So,
Yeah.
they just control too much at this point.
Yeah, but I think we'll see what happens. I think
they'll probably put in a constitutional amendment: Hillary Clinton not accountable for anything in the Constitution.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we have.
Because it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. Beelzebub, Satan, Beelzebub and Mephistopheles. Another big victory. Another big.
Well, that's
They're
why
doing
there's
a
no.
victory lap with Clinton.
That's why there's no outrage over the whole genocide against Christians in the Middle East, because Beelzebub said, "Hey, come on, they're doing our work for us."
War is good. War is good business, and you know what? You got to keep those parties at the Vanderbilt kids' house, his estate in Brazil, where they're all going to meet up, and Pelosi's there, Sweet Southern Belle, Maddow's there, all the CEOs there, and they're just partying their ass off and laughing, and just going, God, people are just such idiots, and we get to drink champagne.
Yeah.
And caviar.
See, that's the key thing, what you just said. They believe people are such idiots. They're going to, I'll say this stuff, and people, like, I want income equality. Or, well, really? How come Goldman Sachs only donated $534 to Donald Trump and they donated millions to you?
Well, because they know that Rachel Maddow will come on and be really snarky about how dangerous Trump is and about how we can't have a freaking, dictator and what an idiot he is and how stupid his wife is and blah, 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 and how great we are and how much smarter we are and how Hillary's the adult in the room and has all this experience. And Chuck Todd will come on and say the same thing. And they know all these people will watch it and they'll just believe it. They think, the millennials, they're fucking lazy and stupid and they're just going to play video games in their parents' garage, or they'll make money and they'll know that they got to stick with us because we're the frickin', if you got money, we're going to help you keep it. If you get in the 1%, we're your people. So, and then the minorities, will just incarcerate more of them, give them more felonies so they can't vote. Which the Bill Clinton administration completely screwed that community.
Yeah.
But just the more felonies we give out, the less people vote. That's good for us too, And what's anybody? And then the other thing is, what's anybody gonna do about it? What's anybody gonna do? They ain't gonna do nothing about it. And they're just laughing and God, that's Sanders. What a freaking fool. We gave him a couple bike paths and look at him. Look at him. And now his people are all split up and they're mad. We took care of that revolution. Sanders, go back in your room. You can't come to our table anymore. They like invited him to the cool kids table. We got to sit next to Barbara Boxer and Pelosi and the Sweet Southern Belle for a second. And once they're done with him, they're just going to frickin' kick him back into his office and ignore him, pretty much, because it's going to do. We fucked up your revolution. Now everybody's scattered all over the place. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, Hillary will be blocking Bernie on her BlackBerry, so she can't get calls from him or texts or anything.
Oh,
so,
yeah. He's out.
But anyway, now let's think about. You got to reflect back on this. And I heard all of these media pundits saying, "What a fabulous speech Bill Clinton gave! That love story." And I'm thinking, again, this is the parallel universe thing. Does anybody remember what their relationship was like? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. So,
what's the other thing? They're all kicking back at the party, going, people ate that shit up. They believe it, and they've got all their people there. They got hey Chuck, Rachel, play up the love story. Just play it up, and they're just freaking laughing. People love that shit, and they're gonna believe it. They're gonna believe it. That's the great part. Everyone believes it, and Beelzebub is just laughing his ass off, going, God. People are so stupid. This is so great. And then they open it up and then they're like serious again, like, oh yeah, like they put on their I'm a progressive face or I'm a real journalist face, you know. And
that was such a great speech. We could really feel her love.
But behind closed doors, dude, they're just spitting on all the peasants and just laughing about them and just going, more money for us. This is so great. More power for us, and no law for us.
They're literally
no
saying,
accountability for us.
Can you believe this? We did something worse than Watergate, and nobody even complained about it.
Right, and then they're doing Jello shots off of a ripped party dancer that came in. Just
Well, not Hillary, but some of the commentators.
yeah, the people that come in, and Sanders, yeah, he's gonna get blocked by everybody. Now they're done with him. They're done with him and his quote unquote revolution. What are those ponytail dope smokers gonna do? They can't do anything. And now their little revolution is crushed. Yeah, you can walk out. A few of you Sanders supporters walk out, complain. What are you gonna do about it? We've got the whole media on our side, and nobody listens to Fox anyway. So except all those crazy conservative people who are going to vote for Trump, but their votes aren't going to count anyway because we're going to rig the whole thing. So this is going to be great, man. Now we can finally put some troops into the Middle East and get that freaking Syria out of there. We can go forward on the pipeline. We can get TPP fast-tracked immediately. And you know what? Nobody's going to do anything about it. And even if the scandals kept coming in, we'll just write a law. Hillary Clinton is not accountable for anything. We'll just make it a law. How about that, motherfuckers? Referee's not looking. What are you going to do about it? And they're just so giddy about it.
What are you going to do about it, biatch?
What are you going to do, biatch? So, let's incarcerate some more people. Let's keep more guns around. It's good for the news. A good shooting will take the eye off of something else. It's just...
Well, you don't have to worry about the shootings, right? They're knifing, slitting the throats of priests in Paris now. So to me, I would have been more happy if somebody pulled out a 10 millimeter Magnum and just whacked the guy right there. But so at any rate, I think, again, the bottom line really on this whole thing is nobody thought it could get any worse. It actually got worse. That Hillary actually turned out to be worse than we even thought. And we knew Debbie Wasserman-Ratt was. We knew really what Elizabeth Warren was, which is another political hack. Bernie is now a political hack. So, we knew Cory Booker was a political hack. So we're really looking now across the landscape to say who is going to be the next one. And you know who the next one is as far as the DNC is concerned? Chelsea Clinton. It'll only be a matter of time before Chelsea has her own $100 million from the foundation, and then she'll have to run for Senate. And where will she run for the Senate? California, maybe.
I don't know. I don't think Chelsea Clinton has got it. And I think she's had it too easy.
I'm not saying she's capable. I'm just saying she's malleable. Okay, so
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Where the Beelzebub and Lucifer go, okay, here's our person who will do exactly what we tell them to do, like a Bush, like a younger Bush.
Yeah, like a Bush.
Like
it's in other words the political elitist establishment,
right.
and when Beelzebub hears Trump, he's like.
Except by that time, the most likely event, by pure cheating and pure evil, Clinton becomes president. Everything will be so effed up by that point. So effed up by that point. Eventually even the Bush brand got completely tainted because little Bush, who was the malleable one, who had nothing up here, completely screwed everything up. And Chelsea Clinton is the same. So it would just, the whole brand would be shot by that point, But it doesn't matter because it's all about now. Let's make as much money as we can. Let's have the best freaking parties at the Brazilian estate as we possibly can.
And give a couple speeches because everybody will buy it.
Everybody will buy it, and we'll
apparently Black Americans are buying the idea that they're okay. They're okay under Obama, right? The record number of people who are on public assistance means nothing.
Yeah.
They're being taken care of in a gracious way.
Obama basically doesn't even care anymore. He's like starting to hit Clinton level of just sheer non-ethical, lying, corrupted, just laughing, cocktail party laughing guy. Just doesn't give a shit about anything except helping his
ISIS, the
friends.
JV. ISIS is the JV.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I mean, God, just slap in the face after slap in the face. Wasserman Rat caught with a hand in the cookie jar. Oh, I'll just hire her to make her lie. They don't even care anymore. They don't even care. Everybody knows I'm a liar. Everybody knows I'm corrupt, and it doesn't even fucking matter because enough people don't believe it. I mean, anybody with half a brain cell knows it. But what are they going to do? They're granola eating hippies. What are they going to do? And everyone else is like sort of in the 1%, and they need to protect their 1%ness. So they're with me. They're with her. They're the ones with her. And the ones that aren't with her, we'll just throw them in jail. We'll spy on them. We've got our media to lie to them, and it's all good. It's all good. Let's get this party started. And I guess we got to see if Trump is even a plant or not. You know, if before this all's happened, him and Bill got together and said, dude, why don't you see what happens? You know, maybe you can take some of these guys out. And Trump took everyone out. So who knows? You know, I mean, maybe Trump's ego is so big that he says, hey, maybe I can become president and flips on the.
I don't think we have to wonder about whether or not Trump's ego is that big. But here's the thing. And this is going to be a completely different narrative from what you just said. And it could happen. So I just want to get it out there. Do we want things to be the same or change? I would say, seeing as how 70+% of the people in the United States think we're headed in the wrong direction, being the same may not be the right way. And that we still have to remember 42% of the people in the U.S. are independents. And they're going to say, let's see, so Hillary is an agent of change. We heard that, right? Even Bill was like, you know, he had that, like, he looks brain dead. I mean, he had that. Like, did anybody believe that?
He's just thinking about the party afterwards.
Yeah. So, and Hillary won't be there, it's not like. But anyway, so what I think is going to happen is people are going to, you know, forget these polls. They're going to get in that booth and go, do I really want Hillary to be in there? And they're going to go, no. And they're going to say, I'm voting for Trump. And it'll be like Dewey. You know, she'll think that she's got it. And then when the numbers start unraveling, she's going to be like, what the hell just happened?
Right,
We had everything rigged.
Then all they do is they just go in a computer and change all the votes.
Well,
they've got it all figured out, dude. They know, okay, these are the states that we're going to need. This is the states we're going to need to really, really cheat in. It's like they did in the Democratic primary. The states where you could cheat the easiest are the ones where Clinton won and where all the numbers were all fucked up and didn't add up. So they already know, like, okay, this is where we can cheat. They've got it all crunched out. You know, this is where we will purge people. This is where we will fudge the numbers and cheat. You know, and if that doesn't work, we'll find another way to cheat.
Well,
because one thing we know, Clinton cheats.
I'm assured that's going to happen, but I'm just hopeful that then this is a potential. You know, from a technology standpoint, that somebody, Wiki or somebody, figures out how to catch them doing it. And this is what I mean by the skeletons are going to roll out, and then there's going to be a big explosion right before the election.
Right, but then they'll just go, we have a new law. Hillary Clinton is not responsible for anything that she does.